In this lecture, we're going to start exploring another section of our theme file by adding layout options. Layout options can configure the width of our content, margins, padding, and block gaps. To begin, we're going to set the content width of our posts. In the WordPress admin dashboard, try editing a post. We're not going to be viewing the full site editor for this example. Instead, these settings will apply to post content. You may have noticed this already, but the content sits on the left side of the document. The width of our post takes up the entire page. In reality, the width of your post may not be full width. Instead, you may want the width to be fixed. WordPress provides theme developers with two options for changing the width of the content. These settings apply to posts, but not the full site editor. That's perfectly fine. We want the full site editor to have complete control of the editor, not a portion. Let's begin configuring the width of our posts. In your editor, open the theme.json file. We can add layout settings by adding a property called layout to the settings object. The first setting is called content size. The content size property configures the default width for all blocks. Instead of having a block stretch from one side of the page to the other, we can set the maximum width. For our theme, most posts should have a max width. The value for this property will vary from theme to theme. Let's set the width to 800 px. You're more than welcome to use other units of measurement. For example, you can use rem. However, for our theme, pixels are more than suitable. The second property is called wide size. This property is optional. If you add it in, WordPress will allow blocks to extend outside the bounds of the content. You can configure how wide a block can stretch. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry. I'll provide a demonstration after configuring our options. For our theme, let's set the wide size property to 1100 px. Time to test our code. Refresh the post editor in your browser. After refreshing the page, things have completely changed. The width of our blocks has been constrained to our theme's settings. Adding the width to our theme will help WordPress understand our theme. It'll help the user understand how a page will look on the front end. At the moment, the default width of our blocks is equal to the value of the content size property. Let's check if the wide size property is working. First, we need to add a block that supports wide alignment. In your post, add an image. The image block is an example of a block that has alignment settings. On the toolbar for the block, we can select the alignment option for the various values. If we look closely, the wide option is available. WordPress will even give us the size. By default, WordPress disables the wide option. Adding the wide size property to your theme will enable this option. If we click on it, the image widens. It has extended outside the bounds of the original content width. Perfect! We've successfully added support for content alignment. Let's continue exploring layout options in upcoming lectures.